Welcome to Eilton. You have crossed through the Jade Starlight Forest path of prophecy, I assume?
Yes, it was also they who defeated the mysterious monstrosity that appeared at Bronte's Bolt.
Are you the chief of Eilton? I have something to tell you.
It can't be. Wait. Lando, please leave us.
No, he needs to hear this. Both here and at the Snowstorm Guard Post. You treated him like a child, but a child still matures without consent.
Aren't those the oak pills we once shared with the Oak Jinshini? Please, explain to us why you have brought these before us. Wait a minute. They can't be seeking a truce. Not after all the trouble they've caused.
These oak pills have been poisoned.
Are they accusing us of poisoning them? We would never engage in such barbarism.
As it would happen, your Khan spoke much the same. And so, to prove the innocence of the Arbets, he voluntarily chose to take this oak pill himself.
What? Always so trusting, honest to a fault. Why? Why would he commit such a foolish act? It simply doesn't make sense.
The first dear Mara uttered these words. Acknowledge when you are not adept in combat, but seek out friends to fight in your stead.
Of course, that's very wise. We should hire some mercenaries to protect us. Quickly now, let's put out the word to all corners of the continent.
The Snowstorm Guard Post was in such disarray. This explains everything.
Be quiet, all of you! If my father were here, you think he would just hire more mercenaries? What we need to do is get to the root of all this chaos and confusion. Only then can we restore the Mountain of Eternal Winter. Not through mercs, with their lackluster money-grubbing ways, but with our own hands. The Fox Rule has not yet come to a close. That, my friends, is the way of the Khan whose seat still bears his warmth. That, my friends, is the way of life in the Highlands, and every single one of you needs to respect it.
Your father had no choice but to consume that oak pill. If he hadn't done so, even those Oak Jinshini yet to go mad would have laid waste to the village with hate-filled eyes. As a leader, it was a difficult but necessary decision for him to make.
Butoh has taken the poisoned oak pill to the research lab. Why not take a breather and look around town while we wait for the results?
No. Is there a place that keeps records of visitors in this town? The Oak Jinshini originally suspected the Dear Abets. Even in a place like this, the enemy could be an outsider. No, under these circumstances, the enemy must be from the outside.
In that case, you can find the city highland border, home to the Fox Abets, right beside the central market. It is a place that oversees all who cross over from the highlands to the city, and vice versa.
Then I shall head there first. You should go make yourself useful and look around as well, yes?
The path that I must take is clear. I must find the true enemy that wrought this chaos and ascend the mountain.
Outsiders call this place the Dragon Museum. Pleased to meet you. My name is Ulan, and I oversee this city of origin. Here, you can learn the tales of the ancestors who received the wisdom and blessing of the seventh witch born from the Breska's first death. For my veins carry the blood of the one who brought this calamity upon the Mountain of Eternal Winter. As a descendant of Silver Frond, I sought to atone for his past sins by renouncing the city and settling here in the Highlands. Even when the other descendants of Silver Frond responded to the Great Founder's call, abandoning their original settlements and gathering beneath the forbidden Black Mountain. We chose to remain here and guard this place in the Mountain of Eternal Winter as living witnesses to history. Oh, all of these relics were collected by us members of the Dragon Appreciation Society. Simply put, all of us here are what you might call dragon aficionados. There's countless dragon relics yet to be found, scattered all over the globe. Go on, take your time, and have a good long look around. If you found yourself here, all on your own, then maybe, someday, you may find yourself amongst our ranks as a member of the DAS. No? Fine, fine, I'll stop proselytizing for now. Since this is your first time here, would you mind if I took you on a little tour? The dragon Libresca, scourge of all dragonkind. She devoured the hearts of her kin, and thus reigned over the Golden Mountain. Long into her rule, and with all who would seek to challenge her slain, a flame appeared. Was this a trick of the gods, or a test? And so it was that Libresca came to possess the god-consuming flame, Yenix. She used this flame to challenge the authority of those gods. But she underestimated them. They tore from her body all wing and all limb, and wrought eternal winter upon Golden Mountain, so its name and glory would be forever lost. It was in this pitiful state that Libresca experienced her first death, laying herself to rest in the haven of slumbering origin. The flame nestled deep in her heart. But from Libresca's first death, 7 beings awoke, who, in the village below the mount, came to be known as the 7 Witches of Everfrost. Bronte, Witch of Thunder, she who rends the dragon's wings. Cahel, Witch of Blight, she who rots the dragon's claws. Sethra, Witch of Rifts, she who splits the dragon's scales. Lesha, Witch of Fever, she who drains the dragon's energy. Marsh, Witch of Swamps, she who binds the dragon's ankles. Owena, Witch of Ruin, she who collapses the dragon's airways. And last but not least, Arethia, Witch of Erasure, she who expunges all fear of dragons. Libresca, keeper of the Golden Mountain, even at the brink of death, bestowed upon us a gift. For from her death did these 7 witches arise, who used their mystical powers to protect us from the fearsome dragons. Many moons passed under their protection, but we knew the 7 witches would one day die and herald in an era of misfortune where we would have to fight the dragons ourselves. While its golden hue is now obfuscated by blanketed snow, may the sun reflecting off its frosty peak be an eternal reminder of Golden Mountain's glory. Sadly, that era of misfortune came sooner than expected, for fate is a cruel mistress, and she will not be denied. Erethia, the Witch of Erasure, fell in love with the human Silver Frond, and in doing so, neglected her sworn duty. The 6 witches recanted the wisdom and blessings they had bestowed upon Silver Frond, then slew Erethia with Libresca's fang. The once forgotten fear of dragons resurfaced, suffocating the humans who trembled in fear at this apparent curse wrought by the 6 witches. Play with the flames of love, and you will be burned. Grief-stricken and fearing for his life, Silverfrond made his way to Orzeka, seeking the god that grants all wishes. The god told Silverfrond that he must retrieve the Yeenix, the holy flame still in the embrace of the dead golden dragon, if his wish is to be granted. So Silverfrond ascended the mountain of eternal winter, only to find Libresca alive, living her second life. There, he learned of the Yeenix's true might, that it has the power to consume gods, and realized that he had been deceived by the wish-granting god. Can fate ever be denied? For just as he had with Erethia, when Silverfrond's eyes fell upon Libresca in that fateful encounter, he fell blindly in love with her, and Libresca, who clung to life just barely thanks to the Yeenix, found comfort in the lonely human before her. And the mountain of eternal winter soon saw a warmer winter unfold. But then the Knights of Dawn arrived, seeking to bring an end to the God of Wishes. They persuaded Silverfrond to carry the Yeenix to him. I vow to return, for I know this flame is your life, promised Silverfrond to Libresca as he set off. The 6 witches had no choice but to allow Silverfrond to leave for Orzeka with the Yeenix, for the golden dragon Libresca had granted it. But no sooner had he left, a deathly winter descended upon the mountain. It seemed that Libresca's second life had come with a price, for something dwelt inside her. Something that the Yeenix had kept at bay. But with the Yeenix gone, it now consumed her from within. It felt as though an eternity had passed, but still Silverfrond had not returned. In time, Libresca's eyes grew dim, and her memories faded like dreams. Eventually, the small sliver of hope she clung to evaporated, and with it a great calamity befell the mountain of eternal winter. There are no witches to protect us now. It is now up to us to defend ourselves against the dragons, proclaimed the one now known as the Great Founder. I have many more a tale to tell, but the beauty of adventuring is finding them for yourself, no? Not to mention, there's someone waiting for you outside. Stop by again sometime. The city of origin is always open.
There you are! We should set off for the city Highland border as quick as possible. Our Dark Knight is being questioned as we speak. I even told Customs he was just some random adventurer, too. Who would have thought they'd be such a sharp bunch? It doesn't help that he straight up told them where he was from when they asked. Always acting all dark and dashing. I can't just stand around. Help me break him out and get to the Oak Pill Research Lab.
Those who stay long enough always takes a Hellsworn name. Those who aren't abets but bear our names are no different from any other abets.
These are the talented blacksmiths from the Gavinia Great Crater who have taken on the Highland Bond and been invited to the Highlands.
While the day and time whence we were born may differ, here in this place may we exist as one body and mind together. Here, write down your city-worn name and take your hill-sworn. Next!
These are master fishers from Cranea who have taken the Highland Bond and been invited to the Highlands.
Any experience with ice fishing?
That wasn't part of our agreement, but, that won't be an issue.
Good! Of course it wouldn't be an issue. While the day and time whence we were born may differ, here in this place may we exist as one body and mind together. The citron orchard nearby is practically a Papu paradise.
Shush! Let's keep that to ourselves.
You're right. Next!
While grateful for your previous offer, we Achair must respectfully decline. We could never imagine existing alongside the Vidir.
I see. I suppose you need some more time to think about it, yes? Next! Ooh, are you the friend of this liar? I'll conduct a simple test of truth to see if you truly are friends.
So many meaningless steps to confirm the comings and goings of one man.
Silence! Don't you dare try to pull a fast one on me. We have no vacancy for liars like you in the Highlands. Especially with how low the public sentiment has become nowadays. Never thought I'd live to see the day where the Highlands would be overrun with suspicion. I thought the stories of poison oak pills were mere fiction, and yet it's been revealed that the oak pill research labs were robbed.
Are we getting fired?
Before I have to take responsibility and relinquish myself from this position, I shall uncover the truth behind this mysterious interloper. Now, a test that will surely uncover the truth. Any real adventurer could easily answer these questions. First question. Patrigio's leopard's name is Naru.
That's not even a question. True. Next.
Second question. The symbol of Kelphion is the eagle.
True, though it's certainly a weary old eagle.
Third. Serendia's princess, Jarette, is infamous for her stubbornness.
If your rumor-mongering continues, this will be your final interrogation.
It appears you do speak the truth. Your identity is cleared, so I shall grant you access to the records.
Nothing seems out of place. This entry shows a hill-sworn name, Mahia. But why is the city-worn name blank?
Let me see. Ah, that one. Said they lost their memory. Looked a bit ill. Kept muttering some phrase over and over again, right?
Perfect being, perfect being, perfect being. They kept repeating that. That's why the captain took them to the Oak Pill Research Lab, to see if they could treat them.
Perfect being, eh? It wasn't their memory they lost. More like their free will.
So you're not an adventurer, but a detective by trade, hmm? My apologies for the mix-up. But tell me, why do you think so?
Their handwriting. It looks too erratic, like it was forced. I speak from experience.
Oh! Did you say perfect being? That's the mantra of the Sezek barbarians. I may have overheard it while I was doing a bit of schmoozing over at Camp Balix. Ah! I know this is all super important, but let's go to the Oak Pill Research Lab first. They may have completed analyzing the pill's composition by now.
Humans came to despise Silverfrond, but we are ever in his debt. This is the place where he researched methods of transporting the Yenix. It required much wisdom to be imparted by Labreska herself. To make use of her wisdom, we created the Oak Pill. I can't believe it. The poison drawn from the fang of that monster at Snowstorm Guard Post, and the poison in the Oak Pill, are one and the same.
It was the devious actions of that monster? It didn't seem that intelligent. Our shaman Invish didn't mention seeing such a monster on the path of prophecy either.
Blind faith in prophetic paths is folly. For if all prophecies came to fruition, this world would already be in ruin.
Please report these findings to the shaman Invish. This is a new ordeal facing the mountain of eternal winter.
The witches smiled, but inside they were weeping. They who had thrown themselves in a pit of deep despair. Why, and for what? I cannot see it. Past the day the festivities should have been held, what was Arethia trying to tell us?
On the day the Khan entered the woods, the chief of the Oak Jinshini uttered something much the same. For that day was supposed to be a day of celebration. The day when the seal of the tablet left by the seventh witch was to be broken.
But the reason why the witch's tablet has remained sealed in separate parts until now is not because we have yet to reach the end of our path of prophecy. No, it's more like This was all part of the grand design from the start, in order to reveal a distant future that may occur.
But don't the stone tablets say that the closer we are to the end of the path of prophecy, the more the seal on the tablets will weaken?
That was probably so we would not forget about the future that she herself was so worried would unfold.
On that day, which was supposed to be a celebration for our bets and Oak Jinshini alike, a mysterious explosion occurred at the Shere Khan iron mines. Maybe that explosion awakened the very thing the witch feared.
Do you suppose it had anything to do with that strange monster no one had ever seen or heard of?
Ah, during all the chaos that occurred on that day, there were some who took the opportunity to flee from that place.
I believe they'll be able to enlighten us more on what exactly happened on that day.
Oh, aren't you? Give me a moment. I will hide your dark presence. The marking on your skin, the shackles are bound to react to it.
At the outskirts of the Mountain of Eternal Winter lies a place called Pilgrim's End. These poor souls barely made it out of Odilita, only to be swindled upon reaching Pilgrim's End.
Wasn't even looking for a good place. Felt wherever there were humans, we could start anew.
That inhumane scum took us to the Shere Khan iron mines.
I don't remember this place being so overrun with scumbags. It's just like with that goblin. He was heading to the citron orchards from Awena's tale, but was accidentally led to the charcoal burner.
In Calpheon, there's a saying, "Don't blink or you might lose your nose." The upstanding citizens of Hydael could never imagine such a thing.
Anyway, I've got some meal tickets for some top-quality dishes. Would you be so kind as to hand them out?
It was swarming with those Sezek barbarians. They seem to be pretty well organized, to be honest.
Care to share exactly what happened on the day of the Shere Khan iron mine explosion?
They made us pile something all day long. Never really told us what it was exactly.
But that's what exploded. I'll bet my life. All because the perfect being began to cry out.
What did you say just now? Perfect being?
There's a priest the Sezek barbarians call the perfect being.
A few of the Sezeks tried to challenge his authority, but got themselves executed by their Baal Salvaro. They said stuff like, "Perfect being my crusty behind," and that Dayan, he's just a human runaway from Dregan.
Dayan? I remember seeing him when he was on the run in Dregan. A human winning the favor of all the Sezeks. It's unheard of, especially when it appears he joined them immediately after being cast out from Dregan.
Just as they mentioned in the Oak Pill research labs. Is there some unknown entity pulling the strings from the shadows?
That's enough. He may look all right on the outside, but he's suffering from internal wounds. Moreover, if we aren't able to break those shackles, it's only a matter of time before the Ahib come knocking.
I suggest they be moved as far away as possible, at least until their shackles are broken. This place is still far too close.
Please, you have to protect us. We shall flee to the ends of the earth if we have to. Anything but returning to that hellhole.
Hell is found all over. But once my business here in the Mountain of Eternal Winter is done, I shall help you find a place to settle. Stay strong for now.
Oh, sorry to interrupt, but I think we should grab some grub before heading out again.
Get a fresh pint of Eilton ale with a splash of sweet goat's milk.
Once I came to, I realized I was not in Achman, but in History of Ruins.
I told you to seek out the alchemist Karashu at the Sandgrain Bazaar.
I have a more interesting tale to share with you. Say, don't suppose you know the true identity of Deboreka?
Somewhere people the world over can gather.
Greetings. If you've come to eat, I need to see your meal ticket.
Meal ticket?
Huh? What? The meal ticket? My meal ticket! My meal ticket! Sorry. I had so many tickets and there were so many hungry faces. I think I just got caught up and gave them all away.
Such a strong voice from such a small body. Your colleagues must be quite mad at you now. No meal ticket, huh? I can still offer you a chance to taste my cooking. That is, only if you play a match with me. A match of what, you ask? Recently, some adventurer crossed over from Balanos and taught me this game called Yar. Just one match, and if you win, I'll feed you myself. Otherwise, go purchase a meal ticket.
Yar? Hey! Anyone here know how to play Yar?
Hear my belly rumble, something more than bread. A nice big steak and fries to go. Listen to what I said. I need something more than soup to keep me satisfied. Give me food, that's what I want. Bolognese all through the days. Can't wait to mayonnaise. Give me food, that's what I want. A chicken curry, bring it here in a hurry. It's food that I want. Don't pound me up with vegetables. I need something more delectable. A big roast dinner with meat to spare. I wanna eat like I'm a billionaire. I need something more than peas to keep me satisfied. Give me food, that's what I want. Bolognese all through the days. Can't wait to mayonnaise. Give me food, that's what I want. A chicken curry, bring it here in a hurry. It's food that I want. Ice cream cake and chocolate sauce would see me through okay. Let's keep eating and competing forever and a day. I need something more than soup to keep me satisfied. Give me food, that's what I want. Bolognese all through the days. Can't wait to mayonnaise. Give me food, that's what I want. A chicken curry, bring it here in a hurry. It's food that I want. A chicken curry, bring it here in a hurry. It's food that I want.
It's almost done, so why not take a look around while you wait? What do you think? It's rather small, and yet a perfect world. The folk here may all look ordinary, but over there, that person was once known as the best blacksmith in all of Keplen. And that one, the greatest farmer in all of Ilya Island. The Abets are quite skilled at recruiting the most talented folk from all over the continent.
I can smell the egotism wafting off of you like aromatics. But I'll admit, this food smells much better than I had anticipated.
Your nose is not wrong, for I am the cooking guru of Dregan. Here you go. This is my objectively delicious Eilton specialty meal.
It appears our journey together is almost at its end. We've already reached the trial of the Fifth Witch. I thought it'd be a quiet trek to retrieve the eunuchs, but we've practically worn holes in our boots. The conflict between the Oak Jinshini and the Abets It all began with a poisoned oak pill. We've suspected Dayan of being the mastermind, and yet, as the Oak Jinshini chief mentioned earlier, he lit only the spark. The sooner the Enix resting in the haven of slumbering origin is extinguished, the quicker all this strange phenomena will end. If we succeed, I suppose you'll be hailed as a hero in these parts as well. Look at that fox, living only for today. I hope we can find his brother. It's been some time since I've seen a place so filled with human aroma. What will I do once I've erased the burden of this mark? Once this journey ends, I shall disappear to a corner of Balanos unbeknownst to all. Together with Jarrett, I wish to work the lands there. Some children, perhaps. 3 is a good number. 2 sons and a daughter. If the children take after their mother, it will be quite the lively household.
The eye that climbed out of hell's depths hungers. Only the infinite life force of the Highlands can satisfy it?
Seek out Gonzarig in the Highlands, and if you need my aid, send word by his hawk.
You aided us at Bronte's boat, and now we are in your debt once more.
No. We are the ones indebted to the 2 of you, for the Zvier Highlands are the first home of the Abets. Even though one of the totems has been destroyed, and all have been evacuated due to the Dreadwinter trees taking root all over.
Dreadwinter trees have been sighted there as well? You should go on ahead. I need to have a word with Tabudai.
I'll go speak with my fleeing fox squad and let them know that even the Oak Jinshini are crying foul about this.